All right, today we're going to do 9-3 multiplying binomials and hold on just a second. Now I can't get it. Multiplying binomials. Okay, so when you look, a binomial looks like this. Okay, remember it has two terms. Okay, so when we're multiplying them together, okay, there's a little method. Basically, everything in this parentheses needs to be multiplied by everything in this parentheses, okay? But there's a little method to it that we call the FOIL method. And you don't have to do it this way. There's other ways to do it, and the book tells you different ways. I'm only just going to show you this way. But you don't have to do it this way. As long as you multiply these two terms by those two, then you're fine. So FOIL stands for first, which means the first two numbers, they're the x and the x, first, outside, inside or inner, and the L stands for last. First, outside, inside, last. The FOIL method is what it's called. So what that means is if I take my first, okay, I multiply x times x to get x squared, and then I do outside, so those are these two, those are the outside numbers, so plus 5x, and then these two are inside, plus 2x, and then last, so our last two numbers, or variables or whatever. 5 and 2 is 10. Now, then you have to look and you combine what you can combine, which is normally these first two numbers. These middle two. So x squared plus 7x plus 10 would be your answer. Okay, the reason why FOIL is nice is because it puts it in order. Okay, it keeps it in order. If you do it other ways, they're not necessarily going to be in order. But if you do FOIL, they'll stay in order. Okay, which is nice. Okay, so if we go down to this next one, again, well, now I'm not going to be able to. So again, if we do the first number in this parentheses times the first in that parentheses, so 2x times x is 2x squared. Outside is 8x. Inside is 3x. And then last, 4 times 3 is 12. And I also think it kind of makes a smiley face there. So then we have to combine 2x squared plus 8 plus 3 is 11. X plus 12. Remember, you can only add like terms. Okay, whoops, I did not mean to write it through there. Okay, so there's that. All right. Okay, so a few more. So these have a few more numbers out in front. So again, first, so 6 and 2, 12h squared. Outside, 18h. Inside, now this is -7, so it's going to be -14h and minus 21, or -21. Okay, so again, we have to combine. There's no other h squared, but we have to combine 18h minus 14h, which is 4h, minus 21. Okay. Same over here. First, outside, inside, last. So again, in your book, it tells you different ways if you want to do it a different way. I'm just going to stick with this one way. 3x times 2x is 6x squared minus 15x minus 12x, and then last, which is our L. Now this is -4 and -5, so that becomes +20. Okay, you have to make sure of your negative. So 6x squared minus, what is that? 27x plus 20. Okay, so we're just writing these in different ways. Okay, now these, are there more on this page? No. Okay, so these, you notice that there's 2 terms in here, but here there's 3 terms. Okay, so FOIL method doesn't really work with this, so I'm actually going to get rid of that. Okay, the FOIL method doesn't really work with this one. You just have to think that I have to take this 2x to everything and the negative 3 to everything. So I take the 2x to the 4x squared to get 8x cubed, and then I take 2x times x, so that's 2x squared, and then 2x times negative 6, which is negative 12x. Then we take our negative 3 times 4 to get negative 12x squared. Negative 3 times x minus 3x, and negative 3 times negative 6, which is positive 18. Okay, well now we have to go and combine. So we have 8x cubed, and that's the only cubed we have, so we leave it. Then we have 2x squared and negative 12x squared. So that's going to give me negative 10x squared. Then I have negative 12x and negative 3x to give me negative 15x, and then the 18 is by itself. So you have to combine quite a bit there. Okay? Now if we come over to this one again, this 6h has to go to everything. So we have 12. Oh, this should, I'm assuming these are the same letters. So let's, let me fix that there. Let's make this just an N right here. Yeah. Oops. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we're going to make that 12n cubed. Where's my marker? 12n cubed. And then 6 times n, so plus 6n squared. And then 6 times 7, so plus 42n. Okay. And then negative 8 times 2, so minus 16n squared. Minus 8n. Minus 56. Okay, so now we have to combine. So we have 12n squared is by itself, 12n cubed, I'm sorry. And then we have 6n squared and negative 16n squared. So that's negative 10n squared. Then we have 42n minus 8n. Okay, well, 42 minus 8 is what? I'm just going blank. So we have plus, it's going to be positive 34. Why can I not think? 34n, and then we have minus 56. Yeah, okay. So you just have to combine those like terms. And make sure you keep your signs, because this is 42n minus 8n. Okay. All right. And then I believe that is it. Let me see. And there's a little joke for you.